Good day, dear participants, dear speaker. We are now entering in the last 100 meters of the social finance vibe. This will be the last session before the closing of the conference. And my name is Silke Müffelmann from Frankfurt School, and I'm very pleased to moderate the session on alternative funding models for social finance. The session will explore non-traditional operating models from very different angles and financial institutions accessing funds. We will have three very distinct examples in this session. And as always, the housekeeping rules, you can ask questions in the chat and also raise your hand. And let's go to the introduction of my dear speakers. So we have on stage Edin Salkic. Edin is the Executive Director of Support Operations of Partner Microcredit Company in Bosnia-Herzegovina. He has over 20 years of experience in banking and microfinance, has held leadership positions in leading banks in Bosnia-Herzegovina. His expertise includes SME financing, credit risk, internal auditing, and the development of sustainable financial services, which will be also his topic today. And he holds a PhD in economics. Then we have with us Joana Carvalho. Joana works for RAIS in Portugal, very south now. We're coming to the south of Europe, and Joana has, before her career in RAIS, he has been working at Caixa General de Depósitos, which is a bank, a state-owned bank in Portugal, and she was working in the ethics and conduct area of RAIS, and she became the compliance officer of RAIS, and she will be sharing her experience with the platform crowdfunding for SMEs in Portugal. And last but not least, we have with us Penka Svetkova, the Entrepreneurship and Social Innovations Director from Because Foundation in Bulgaria. For those who have been already yesterday listening in, Penka has been already on stage yesterday, but today we will focus on the funding and technical assistance to social enterprises. And Penka, like also the fellow speakers, has a long-term experience. She has been with the foundation since its launch, and yeah, we will be very happy to have her here. And like you have seen, like I have promised you, we have three very distinct examples of alternative funding. So allow me now to go to the first round, where the speakers will explain the novelties and the ideas about their alternative funding mechanism. And now for Edin, please introduce the Partner Microcredit Company and describing also your project within Partner. I think Partner is quite well known, but maybe the microcredit company, which is quite new, not. The floor is yours, Edwin.
Okay. Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for organizing this panel and for opportunity to present partner group. Now we are group, not only Partner Microcredit Foundation in Bosnia, and also our project of first emission of green bonds. Partner, at glance, you can see our data on your screens. I wouldn't go through that. I only want to explain why we operate through two companies in Bosnia and Herzegovina. That is because our law on about microcredit organization says that microcredit foundation can go with maximum placement amount of microcredit is 10,000 BAM. And also microcredit company can go up to 50,000 BAM maximum credit placement. So we can transform foundation to microcredit company. And solution was after microcredit foundation partner operate in Bosnia for 27 years now. And before 3 years, we decide to establish microcredit company. And the owner of microcredit company, 100% owner and establisher is microcredit foundation. So we have only one owner, that is microcredit foundation. They started the microcredit company in the beginning of 2023. We operate almost 3 years, and you can see our numbers. We are very proud of that. And why we need that higher amount of microcredit loan? Because we have inflation, we have rise of the salary, and our clients need a higher amount of the microcredit. In this past years, we approve to ourselves that is a good move, good business decision, and also that is the, how to say, introduction to our project, because we are not able to imitate green bonds as a microcredit foundation. But as a microcredit company, we are allowed to go to the capital market and to go with our first emission. We work on this emission for almost 1 year. And why green bonds? Partner is a leader in green finance in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we started in 2012 in association with GGF. They gave us first loan for green projects, and since that we are a leader not only in among the microcredit organization, but also among the finance sector in Bosnia and Herzegovina. We are leader in disbursement of green loans. Our goals are to reduce CO emission and to produce energy saving, because partner headquarters is in Tuzla. And Tuzla is one of the most polluted city in Bosnia and Herzegovina. We have thermoelectrical plant which operating on the coals on our outskirts of the city. So we know how important is for our people, our citizens, our friends, our family to have clean air. And this is the part of the solution. We are trying to be active partner in finding solution how to reduce CO2 emission and how to save energy. And also, we will use these funds for financing microcredits for energy efficiency measures that will improve quality of life of our clients. They have on the house thermoisolation. They will use less energy that will go to lower amount of the costs for the energy during the winter or during the summer for cooling the house. And third goal of this emission is diversification of our fund, our funding sources. In this time, we have 3 sources. This is our equity, local banks, and InnoCreditors. In this way, we want to, how to say, attract money and investors from regular citizens. We are aiming for the citizens to have opportunity to invest in our bonds any amount. We have now investors. We already have almost reach our 1.5 million km BAM our emission. We have investors who will invest 2,000 km, and our higher investor will invest 250,000. So we have someone who will buy only 2 bonds and people who will buy hundreds of bonds, because one bond is 100 km. So we are aiming for very wide spectrum of investors, and for now, at this point of time, we have 55 investors. We have last bond emission from Sarajevska Pivara Brewery. They raise 10 millions with only 26 investors. We are going to raise 1.5 million with at least 55 investors in this point of time. So that is the last our goal, to increase knowledge of average people, average citizen of Bosnia and Herzegovina, how to invest in bonds, how to invest in shares, how to be active participant on the capital market, and how to make money to work for you. And that is maybe the most important goal for me personally.
Thank you very much, Edin. That was a
Thank you.
very interesting and inspiring information about the next steps of Partner. I remember when I started working for Frankfurt School in 2009, 2010, we had quite an intensive project with the 3 Tuzla MFIs, including Partner. So it's very nice to see that your road has continued and yeah, developed in this direction. So allow me now to give the word to the south of Europe, Portugal. Joanna, please tell us more about your very interesting organization, RISE, the model, the crowdfunding model, and how to attract funding to your MSME clients. The floor is yours, Joanna.
Thank you for the invitation. Good morning, everyone. So I'm only present a brief overview about our company. So we are a group consisting of 4 companies, which one is with a specific role in our business model. So the main one, that is Reis Instituição de Pagamentos. Is a licensed payment institution that handles clients' accounts, deposits, and withdrawals. And this company owns 100% of the other 3. So we have Reis, which is a life and non-life insurance agent. These insurance are linked to the key people responsible for the business that we finance in Reis Crowd. Then we have Reis Technology, which is the company behind all the technology that supports our operations. And finally, the crowdfunding one, that is Reis Crowd Serviços de Informação e Tecnologia. And in this company, we analyze the projects, define a risk band, interest rates, the term according to our clients' requests. And after that, we make it available on our platform for all our investors and analyze, and then they analyze and decide if they want to lend their money to the company that we analyze, and that for that specific project. So crowdfunding has 4 types for now: donation, reward, equity, and lending. In Reis Crowd, we do the lending one. So in this case, how I say it, the credit is not granted directly by Reis, but rather by a group of people, which we call investors, who are willing to lend their money to companies whose projects we make available on our platform. So for now, we only operate in Portugal, accepting only investors with Portuguese fiscal number and Portuguese companies that are SMEs. And this is our main goal, to create a bond between SMEs and normal citizens that want to invest in these companies.
And since when the company, when the crowdfunding platform went operational? When was that?
2015, so we are doing the 10 years.
10 years already.
Yes,
10 years. And your clients, you have still continuous client in growth and investors?
Yes.
Yeah.
All this year, I remember to see a lot of clients that 3 months later ask us for a new finance. So they like the platform and how we work. So yeah, we have a lot of that.
And your competitors, the client, who are your competitors? There are other platforms in Portugal, or it's rather the banks then, or some supplier loans?
We are really an alternative to the traditional bank finance. So this time we have one more lending crowdfunding platform in Portugal, but they have a more specific mission. They only finance sustainable projects.
Okay, like Edin is doing with his bond, with his green bond.
And
okay.
We are more flexible.
Open.
And yes, and for us, it's important that our SMEs and not the specific project.
Okay. The companies you are financing.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Very interesting. So now we are coming back to Penka. So please, also for those who were not able to join the yesterday's session, maybe you can a little bit introduce the foundation and support from your organization for the social economy. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, for sure. Thank you. And hello, good afternoon. It is for me, in fact, everyone. Good afternoon from Bulgaria. I'm really happy to share a little bit more about our organization, as the yesterday session was more about our recent work on financial instruments that I'll come to, but a little bit later. So first of all, I would like to give you just a very, very brief description of what our organization is doing, which is, as Yosilka introduced us, a bit of different from the other speakers. So because Foundation is in fact among the oldest non-profit organizations, NGOs in Bulgaria, we are going to celebrate 30 years in the coming month, in fact. And it really started 3 decades ago with a very ambitious for the time and innovative mission to develop the ecosystem and the environment of philanthropy in our country. In these first years, we've started building the momentum and the supporting the ecosystem of developing both the charitable organizations, the different causes, and at the same time building the philanthropic attitudes, the structures, the CSR, first projects, then strategies, and to educate also the donors, the corporate donors and the individuals. And at the same time, we've been working, of course, for changes in the legal environment to make more effective tax deductions and incentives for the givers to give, to provide mechanisms and tools that would make both giving and fundraising more transparent, more flexible, more easy and safe for the donors, and more essential and structural for the NGOs themselves that are raising money for their work. So that's what we've been doing for 30 years. And about 10 years ago, as the everything was changing, and the economy and both political and economic development in the country. So many people and so many partners of ours, we started this conversation about not just supporting, but investing in development. Investing of development of skills, employment for youth, and so on and so forth. And that's how we came quite naturally to the point of development of SME startups, especially in remote regions, for example. And we have a special focus on social economy. So in the slide that you are suggesting, sorry, can you bring up the previous one just for a few seconds? I've just given some numbers to give an overview of our work in the last year. So like 90% of our work is privately funded. Our business model of both working on projects and working on private partnerships with different companies has allowed us to give you these figures. We have supported over to almost 300 NGOs. Last year, we've developed our platform for online donations, which is a new generation of things that started about 8 years ago and now is boosting quite a lot. And for the last few years, we've been raising almost 6 to 7 million of levels, which is like 3.5 million euros as we are entering the Eurozone, by the way, from January.
Per year, no? Per year?
Yes,
per
per
year,
year.
no?
Yes, yes. Yeah, so the last line, which says that we had 8 re-granting programs and 2 accelerators for startups. So all these are just by private money fundraised by us and then re-granted to the different causes, the different organizations, according to the specific topics that we have, to specific areas for funding.
Okay.
So yes, and that's how I'm turning into our Rinker Center, our accelerator center that we've created about 10 years ago in 2014. And it has really the mission to develop and support the entrepreneurial mindset of people in Bulgaria and contribute to the development of social innovation and startup ecosystem in our country to the best of our knowledge and the best of our expertise. I do believe we have quite an extensive knowledge so far, having 10 years of experience with 15 accelerators with different parameters, different geographical coverage, different topics, depending on the partnerships that we had with our corporate mainly partners. And what is, I'll guess I'll talk a little bit later about our model of support to the startups, but it's basically the mixture of training, mentoring, and financial support, different kinds.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm just checking if there are any questions from the audience. No, then we go exactly more to the details, to the second round. Yeah. So, Edin, maybe you can provide more details on your green bonds model. Yeah. So we know the rationale now, the history, and now a little bit more the details. You brought also a slide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Key elements of our first bond issue or emission is on this slide. So we but is important, we fixed the interest rate and at 4% per year. Something on screen.
Edin,
okay.
we have some, I don't know if you hear Edin, or I had heard him a little bit interrupted.
I had some text message on my screen. It's now okay?
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay, I will go.
Yeah. No, it's not. So it's a little bit, maybe you can just put your camera off to increase the
I will.
bandwidth. Yeah,
I will.
then we know you now. Yeah. A little bit. Now you can unmute.
Interruption.
Yes, now please go ahead.
Now everything clear. You can hear me.
Yes. Please
Okay,
start
thank you.
again. Start again.
I will start again. So we are issuing 1.5 million BAM. Number of bonds is 50,000. What is the most important thing when you consider green bond emission is the price, the interest rate. We are fixed on 4% per year, and we are going with shorter period, 2 years, because that is the way, because investors expect higher interest rate on longer period of time. We will pay interest semi-annually, so we will have 4 interest payment and 1 principal payment at the end of the second year. We had all permission, everything was how to say, approved by our security commission, and we are starting registration and purchase of bond of next Wednesday, I believe, if my calendar correct, 20th of November. Yes. So shortly, we are in the last minutes for our investors. What was the biggest challenge of this emission is a lack of the knowledge on our side and also on side of investors. We conduct some, how to say, investor market research before we going to this bond emission, and most of the people who are in business for years, he has private companies for 20 years, ask us, yes, we heard about bonds, but what is that? How that is function? What we need to do? How to buy bonds? What now? What is our obligation to you, your obligation to us? And when you explain people, from we 80% of our investors, potential investors, was interested in the buying bonds. So now we are in process that we are already selling bonds, and we almost sell everything in I don't know, in matter of 7 or 8 days. We have promise from investor that they will buy. They can't buy now. We must wait 20 November to give the order for the selling bonds, and also brokers for investor will go with buying order. And the biggest help for us was our security commission. They have understanding that we don't have enough knowledge, we don't have technical knowledge, we don't have experience. So we had great help from their side. And also we decided to have a consultant for this emission. That was Advantage broker from Banja Luka. They have more experience because they in Republika Srpska, in Banja Luka stock exchange, Banja Luka stock exchange, they start with this type of emission earlier than in Sarajevo stock exchange. But I want to emphasize that we are first company which go with green bond emission on Sarajevo stock exchange. So we are very proud of that. And you asked me about potential investor. We see private individuals mainly. We want our citizens, our friends, our family to buy and to invest in our bonds. And after that, they will invest in our environment, in reducing pollution. And we don't count so much on the companies, but also they can buy. It's not forbidden. also company can buy our bonds. We have a specific law about taxes. I don't know what is the situation in other country, but when citizens buy bonds, they don't pay taxes on income from the bonds, but the company pay taxes on the income of the bonds. So maybe that is also the reason why we mainly going for the private individuals or citizens. Benefits that we expect, I already mentioned that will be our fourth source of the funds for our
Amazing.
microcredits. And also, this is the cheaper than that average interest rate that we are paying now for our source, and we will transfer that lower interest rate to our customers, to our microcredits interest.
Okay, that is very interesting. Maybe I have one short follow-up question. The maturity is 2 years. Now, what we know is green investments usually are longer term than 2 years. Yeah. So how you match the maturities there?
We will not.
You will not. So you will really looking at the demand side for the bonds, yeah?
Yes, because we have a sufficient amount of equity and allow us that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for question.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. So now we are coming to Joanna. Please let us a little bit more know about your business model, financing and investment challenges, opportunities. You already started with it.
Yes.
So a little bit more in the details.
Yes, more details. So we do the finance we do. We have a, how can I say it? The maximum that we finance is 1,000 and I don't know, sorry.
You can speak in Portuguese. I perfectly understand. I have worked also in Portugal and know Spanish, Romanian.
So 150,000 euros. It's
okay. That's good.
Normally it's our maximum, but we this year start doing projects with a little bit more because we are accepting now private companies to invest. So for now we are we only had private people investing, normal citizens, and now we have also companies investing in other companies. So and normally our maturity is between 2 and 5 years. The interest rate it's more flexible, depends on the risk band that the company we evaluate. We pay to our investors monthly, so it's like a normal finance in the bank. So the company receives the money, and every month they have to pay the interest, and we also pay to our investors. So one of the biggest challenge that we have in RAISE is balance between companies and investors, because investors always want the highest possible rate and companies always want to pay as little as possible. So we have to provide the best conditions for both, the best interest rates for companies and also for investors. So we try to have the many projects as possible, so the investors can choose easily and which one suits best for him, but also have the best security for the investors so that we have low default rates. It's very important that because we have to create confidence for our investors in the platform. So I think it's that.
Okay. So the challenge for you is the economic incentives for the debtors and for the investors, but not the length, the term, like Edin said. No, he has a very first emission is very short term. They have other sources to match the term. Okay, very good. And now Penka. Please, very different model. Tell us a little bit more about the challenges, opportunities to access capital and TA by social enterprises in Bulgaria. Maybe you can also explain a little bit what type of enterprises you are talking about, because of course for Edine and Joanna, we know MSMEs, but social enterprises is quite a different
Yes.
sector.
Yes, exactly. You're right. We are kind of dealing with a little bit more challenging group of startups. I would say that we also have a bit of a wider group, social enterprises and impact businesses, which is a bit broader when talking to environmental and green also enterprises and not only the social ones. And talking about regional development enterprises also. So in terms of legal form, we do not have any limitations to either if it's a trading legal entity or an NGO. It can be either. For us, it doesn't matter. The important thing and challenging thing is well, in a few layers I can put it. First of all, the sector of social economy in our country is not very strong, doesn't have a long history. Most of the enterprises are quite new, the social economy players, as we call them. But at the same time, I could put it, it's quite rigorous. The owners, the people behind the ideas, this project that are to become such enterprises, they are very bright. They're kind of more of the newer generation, and they're open. They have embedded in their values that the business model and the social purpose can easily go together, which makes our work a little bit easier in terms of motivation. The thing that was challenging very much at the first years, it's the situation is changing a bit in the last 5 years, I would say, is the work with the NGOs, because the social economy was kind of created. The most active participants from the very beginning was the NGOs who started their trading activities to support their mission and their core activities. And for them, they were quite good and obviously quite passionate of what they are supporting, but the business thinking, the business modeling, the sales people were kind of lacking in these organizations, which was making quite a challenging and long way, difficult way to become financially sustainable, so they can continue and they can grow and scale up. So our model of our accelerator is trying to blend as many as the most as possible of the most important tools to create a sustainable business model for a social enterprise. So what we believe in is that working together, creating a community, a group of people that can support each other, that can find their clients, suppliers, partners within such a community is very important for also the sustainability of these startups. And most of them are starting from ideas and projects, not even registered before ending the accelerator program. So that's why how we are working. Our accelerator, our training program is really very limited in terms of participants. It has up to 10, 15, the most participants, so that we can actually work very actively on a personal, individual level. Then all the experts and the mentors that we have, or most of them, let's put it like in the last few years, there are people who were in the shoes of these startups 5 years ago. So they're quite close to what's coming for the new ones. And this is part of the recipe and the success. I just like to mention that after the COVID years, we've made a short survey among the funded projects of ours to see how many have survived. And it was really amazing to see that 70% were live. They have changed a bit their business model, some of them more online and service-based, but they were there and they have developed further certain strengths, which is great, I would say.
Maybe just what type of companies we are talking about, or NGOs, and what activities they are dedicated.
I would say any.
Yeah, but you can give some examples.
Absolutely. Yes, I can give you some examples. For examples, we had a project in the, I would say, the environmental part of it. We had a lot of recycling things, but some of them were quite new and different. Like, for example, making coffee cups from that's in English, from the coffee which have been used.
Yeah.
For example, or there was another business which was created some crackers for eating for people, and then again they go to also some other vessels from the recycling the from the breweries, from the beer, the product produced by them. Then we have totally other kind of businesses, like, for example, businesses owned by migrants, by mainly recently by the women that came from Ukraine in the country. So we have a private kindergarten for the children, the small children of these women, so that they can work and start supporting their families. We have quite a lot of businesses from parents, basically, of, for example, children with disabilities, for example, cooperatives and things like this. Then, well, also in agriculture, also legal services, really the whole spectrum.
No, thank you very much. I think that is it gives a very nice overview of the impact of your activities. Thank you very much. Let me see, because we are already going to the last quarter of the session. Maybe just to look together into the future. What is coming, Edin? Maybe, Wana, we do not need the slide. Maybe, Edin, you can just mention your plans with partner for the green bond.
Okay, thank you. After we finish our emission and we sell all our bonds, we will use that money to invest it in microcredits for financing energy efficiency and renewable source of energy, energy efficient measures and renewable source of energy. So we must approve for our investors and publics that our bonds are green. So we want to be sure that our bonds are green. And how we will do that? We will use eSave tool. Maybe you are familiar with that. That is the tool developed by Max Water and Energy from the Germany. And we will go with measures if they we can finance measures that produce at least 50% reduction in CO2 emission or reduction of primary energy or saving in primary energy. So when we invest all the money, we will also have Max Energy and Water as validator. They will write down a report about impact of our green bonds. That report is very important for us to be sure that we go with green bonds with proper thing, and for our investor investors and for general publics. So we believe that this is the first of many green bond emission in the future, and we want to be transparent in any way for our investors, for general public, and for our employees. We now have, I didn't remember to mention that more than half of our investors are our employees from the partner foundation and partner microcredits company, and they believe in our company, and they want to give their how to say to have effort for this project.
Okay.
And also we have recognition from regulator, we have recognition from the capital market. Everyone are very excited about this first green bond emission in Sarajevo Stock Exchange. So we believe that we are doing the good thing, and we will carry on with second, third emission, etc.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Then, Joanna, what is coming for RISE in Portugal? What are your future plans, your visions?
So we recently started doing bonds too. So now we are preparing to the possibility for several small companies to join together and issue bonds together. So normally these companies would not have the possibility to do this due to the high costs and the high amounts. So we want that they join together and then can issue the bond together. So to allow them to access this new type of instrument. And also, like, we are a fintech, so we are preparing and developing some new platform and some to be more user-friendly to our clients. We have a lot to have in the future.
Excellent. And Penka, what is your main plan, your main vision for the future? You have already long experience.
Yes, I would really try to put it in 3 sentences. So for us, for our organization, we think it's high time to try and help the ecosystem by diversifying the access to finance. So the social enterprises were mostly used to get donation support in terms of grants. But it's time to get more and different types of investors involved into investing in the social economy, and that's what we are working on at the moment. We are very focused, and that was the part of the conversation from the yesterday's session. That we have gathered the efforts and expertise of different partners from different spheres. We're the only NGO in the group, no, 2 NGOs, to get a proper model. So I really hope that in a year time or 2 years time, we'll have a very new model working in favor of social enterprises that will be hopefully and most probably a hybrid support financial model, repaying part, capacity building part, and some other. And also at the same time, we have the ambition to introduce to the Bulgarian network of business angels the idea and to really start and try to launch impact business angels in Bulgaria, and we'll really want to meet the social enterprises we are now supporting with capacity building to become investment readiness, to meet the investors, to like each other, and to start working together in more than one way.
Yeah, thank you very much, dear speakers and dear participants, to listening so carefully. So we have had like 3 very different alternative funding opportunities. We have the ESC, not the European Song Contest. It's a environment, the green bonds from Bosnia, the S, the social, the because impact activities in Bulgaria, and the C, the crowdfunding in Portugal. So it has been very good. What comes into my mind when I listen to these very interesting experiences, maybe there will be in future a possibility to have a webinar on replication in other countries with other institutions. What are the lessons learned to share? Yeah, so you have set the stage of three different alternative funding initiatives, but then also to think together and with participants about the replication. No? What is possible? What are lessons learned, which can be rolled out in other contexts? Thank you very much. So as already has been said in the chat, so we are close to the conference closing. So please, and we have an evaluation. I thank participants, speakers, and maybe we can just display the evaluation so that the participants can give a valuable feedback. Then we can conclude the session and go just to the conference closing. Thank you very much.